Where are his celebrity peers saying, oh my God, this is detestable. We do not stand for this. The way that women came forward after Harvey.
Yeah.
Where are they? Everybody's quiet. Why?
Where's Ashton Kutcher? Where's, honestly, Usher? Where's Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber, I have no knowledge. They're not alleging his name in any of this, but Justin Bieber was very young when he came into Diddy's circle. And that tape you referenced of the two of them about to spend 48 hours together or having just was disturbing. And there's no question he had a lot of exposure to this guy. And I think he should say something. But now if he's a victim, he's in a very difficult spot because he's been abused.
Yeah.
And this brings up a lot, especially for a man.
Yeah.
It's very hard to go out and say that this has happened to you. But if he was a victim, God forbid, I encourage him to do it because you need someone strong like that to break the dam. You know, right now, Cassie's out there. She's been twisting in the wind for a year. This other guy, Jones, he came forward. He's twisting. But if you actually had an Usher, a Bieber, or, you know, someone like an Ashton Kutcher, who I don't think he was an abuse victim, but he was good friends with Diddy for a long time, come out and say what they know, it would show leadership and it would give the others who are on this list permission and the security of not being the only one who then has to worry about retribution.
I think Ashton Kutcher is problematic because if you recall, he and his wife defended Danny Masterson, who is a violent serial rapist and was convicted of rape. I think he's away for life. They wrote letters to the judge.
That's right.
Saying they would let Danny watch their daughter alone. I mean, vile. I don't trust that guy at all. With Usher and Bieber, hypothetically, we don't know anything, but were they victimized by Diddy at young ages? I feel for them, especially given the stigma against homosexuality still in the Black community, in the hip hop community. I feel it's really incumbent upon people in positions of power. Only two have come forward. One is Eminem, who has recently rapped on his new record that everyone knows Diddy killed Tupac and probably Biggie. And when are they going to arrest him? And 50 Cent, who has been making the rounds and saying, you know, Diddy tried to bring me into his circle. I wanted nothing to do with that. I wanted nothing to do with those parties. He's working on a Netflix doc right now, exposing Diddy and everything he knows. So now we're really going to see if the hip hop community can move with the times and do right by all of these victims. We'll see.
Who appear to have been fed to him like lambs to the slaughter. The book by his, were they married? She's the mother of three of his children.
Longtime partner, mother of,
They were never married, longtime partner. Alleges all these music executives whose names everybody would know, their household names, were in on it, were aware of it, participated in it. And so this really does look like it feels a little Epstein-y. You know, there was an assistant U.S. attorney saying, yeah, he's as bad as Epstein in the New York Post today. And if that's true, then everybody's going to wonder about what sort of protection he has in jail, because we would like to know who else participated in this and what's being done to make sure there is no Epstein-like end for this guy.
100%.
He's not in the same jail that Epstein was in. That's been closed for the time being. But I don't know, Maureen, if he's that connected to that many powerful people, you have to at least wonder.
That's the thing. They have to keep him alive. He's such a high value suspect. It's sort of the way there was this drumbeat after Epstein when they got Ghislaine Maxwell to make sure she was kept alive. She never gave up any names, but she's paying for it. Diddy, I'm surprised, part of me thought he should just take a plea and just it's over, it's done. But megalomaniacs like this, abusers, control freaks, they never do.
They do not plea.
They never do. And his attorney used such a poor turn of phrase the other day while blaming Cassie for all of this, while blaming the victims. He said, Mr. Combs is a fighter.
Oh, boy. That's Mark Agnifilo. He also represented Keith Raniere in the NXIVM sex cult case. And Keith Raniere is currently in jail for the rest of his life. So it didn't go very well. Mark Agnifilo came out and said he's got issues. He cheated on his wife, basically. So he's a cheater and was in a toxic relationship, but he's not a criminal. And that reminded me of what he said in the Raniere case, which was, it's a cult member. Oh, they were forced to do things. Oh, come on, this is New York. We're not forced to do anything. We're New Yorkers. We're not forced to. Like this guy, with all due respect, I don't see that working out as a defense. I do want to play the Bieber clip just because I've referenced it a couple times, and so did you. Here's the one we're referring to, back when Bieber was, I think, 15.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
That is deeply disturbing in the light of what we've just learned.
It's so upsetting. It's, the last time you and I spoke about child stars and the damage and how they all sort of act out or go off the rails, and, you just never know what was done to them. What was done to him? His parents threw him to the wolves, literally.
What mother would give her 15-year-old over to Sean Combs for a weekend? Who would do that? No matter how badly your son and you want him to become a star.
Did we learn nothing from Michael Jackson?
Yeah, right.
When that documentary, that HBO documentary came out, which I could only watch the first part of it because it was so dark and so upsetting, because it was just all of these mothers feeding their young sons, knowing what was going on most likely, and they didn't care. And the damage is lifelong. And this is a betrayal on so many levels. But watching that, I was having the same thought. Like, what mother is giving their 15-year-old boy over to a grown man for 48 hours to go buck wild? Like,
I have a son who is turning 15 in a week. 15 is young. They're young. These are not men yet. They are still boys figuring it all out. Even if you have a mature, really smart, awesome one like I do, never, in no world, would I hand him over to someone like that, who at a minimum, is a rap star in a very controversial industry full of debauchery. Like, that's insane what she did. And I don't know about Justin Bieber. I want to make that clear, but I actually really feel like we should hear from him. If he has the strength and has been through whatever he needs to go through to be able to speak out about his own experience, it would be extremely important and powerful. You did not vote for this economic downturn and the high inflation, but you could be paying for it at the pump, the grocery store, and with growing stacks of unpaid bills. Financial stress can be crushing, and one solution could be donewithdebt.com. Done with Debt created new, aggressive strategies designed to get you out of debt permanently without bankruptcy or loans. Done with Debt can stand between you and bill collectors. They negotiate with your creditors to write off balances, cut interest, and stop penalties. And the best news is Done with Debt is accepting new clients right now. But you do need to hurry because some of their debt relief strategies are time sensitive and you don't want to miss out. Let Done with Debt hit the debt reset button for you and make your money yours again. Visit donewithdebt.com or call 1-888-322-1054 now. Chat with one of their debt relief strategists for free. That's donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.